28, 29.
It's been around for fucking ever.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Daily Extra Live. I'm joined by Steve Kelly, who is one of our patrons. He's here with us in the studio. Steve's normally... The comments will probably be a little bit quieter today because you're normally the one sending 20 subjects in for us to discuss.
Yeah.
On yesterday's news daily, Everton linked with Moise Keane. It's come out again today.
Yeah.
Apparently, Raiola has said Everton are readying a bid of €30 million for the Juventus striker.
Yeah.
First and foremost, is he someone you'd be interested in?
Yeah, I think he's a really good prospect anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I know we were speaking before. He does remind me of what Lukaku was like when he first come on the scene, very raw.
Yeah.
But I think if we could get someone that'd be a big statement. It's kind of come out of nowhere really, because obviously I know he's played a lot for Juventus last season, but like as we were saying before about the FFP with Juventus, he might be one of those players you might have to be cut from the team due to players they're bringing in, because I know they linked with De Ligt and Icardi as well was mentioned. So I suppose from their point of view, they're a team that works year by year. They're not really thinking of the future. They just want titles and Champions Leagues, and probably the only thing keeping them going really is the Ronaldo money, the money Ronaldo makes for them. So,
well, I mean, FFP's a really interesting point with the likes of Juventus because they're trying to get Rabiot in as well. He's big wages. Aaron Ramsey's on big wages. They've got a new stadium that only holds 42,000.
Yeah.
I know Fiat are behind them, but they can only put so much money in. So when you look at it like that, they've also got Dybala, they've got Ronaldo, they've got Mandzukic. There's sort of like you just said, there's talks of Icardi.
I think we said before, didn't we? Had about 9 or 10 centre midfielders.
Yeah, the midfield, the number of midfielders is incredible.
A lot of holding midfielders as well.
So he could be someone who they could say, well, you know what, we'll sell him. We'll put a buyback clause in or something like that.
He fits the profile, I suppose, from our point of view.
Oh, from our point of view, he's in that age bracket. You know, we got 7 in 17 games last year for Juventus. He's away with the under-21s at the European Championship for Italy. He had obviously some difficulties last year in terms of the racism aspect of it and things like that. So
I think that could be one of the reasons why maybe he wants to leave as well. I'm not too sure, but he didn't really get backed by the club very well and some of the players as well. So you don't know what's going on behind the scenes there as well. Whether he's kind of wants a fresh start and get out of Italy.
And Allegri's gone now as well, and Sarri's coming. So you know, I still think at this moment in time, it's fanciful.
Yeah, it is.
But that's not to say it can't happen.
Yeah, we just don't know, do we? It's just kind of just a bit of a waiting game with us at the moment, waiting to see what's going to happen. And I think if we, like I said to you before, I think personally believe there is a surprise signing, which we'll be all like, wow. I know there's a lot of people out there who think we won't, but I don't know. I don't think it's one we can definitely write off. Yeah.
And especially Raiola, the only place he can operate is Italy at the moment, and you know he could be doing one or two things. He could be getting them a better contract, or he could be getting them to Everton.
Let's just hope he doesn't talk like Lukaku though.
Well, that's the problem. So, but he's not Belgian, so there's a start.
True, yeah.
But he is Raiola linked, so obviously
it's going to come with a lot of baggage.
There's
probably
always that worry.
Yeah.
Also, again yesterday, Bertrand Traore.
Yeah.
You've been linked with him on and off all summer so far. Is he someone who interests you, or?
Not really. Not a big fan of him. I've seen him play a few times for Leon last season. Obviously, I've seen him when he played against us. He was really good, but I think anyone that season against us probably would look good. to be honest with you, I've probably got my heart set if we're looking at that type of player, maybe like a Neres or a Malcolm. And I know I mentioned to you Jared Bowen before. I think he's a really good player for Hull. Obviously, I know he only done it in the Championship, but he's got over 20 odd goals. Young, English. I don't think he's as exciting as maybe a Malcolm or maybe a Neres would be. I think a lot of fans have really got the heart set on Neres or Malcolm by the looks of it. So.
Yeah, I mean Neres, I haven't been impressed with him at the Copa America, but he was very good for Ajax.
Yeah.
And I think Malcolm, the way I look at it, Malcolm for me seems to fit Everton better at the moment. The way he is, the speed of him and scoring goals. Traore, 11 goals, 5 assists last season, but too unpredictable, I think, for us. I think he's got something, there's no question about it. I thought he was very good at Ajax. But I don't know. I mean, obviously, if the manager and Marcel Brands, if he's someone they want, then I'll back it up all day long and I'll get behind the lad. But
definitely.
Like you say, for me, he'd be a bit further down the pecking order. I mean, Jared Bowen's an interesting one because, like you say, young English winger, Hull. Today, Grant McCann's their manager, very interested in taking Josh Bowler on loan from Everton for the season, which I think would be a really good move for Josh.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, a big step up from the 23s into league football, so I think that'd help him. Bowen, 22 goals last season, can play wide, right, left.
I've seen him linked with a couple of teams. Seen him linked with Tottenham a few times in January, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think Pochettino's a big admirer of him as well. I don't know. It's a tough one with that position because the players we're all looking at, they're a bit unknown. Like obviously, I know Neres has done a bit in the Champions League and Traore's played a bit in the Champions League last season for Lyon. But they're all young and they're all going to come with that unpredictability, I suppose, and that inconsistency, unfortunately. Like,
but I think you'd lean toward, if it was Jared Bowen or Malcolm, you'd go towards Malcolm.
Even with Malcolm, like I know Barcelona need the money, but we could even look at doing like a loan plus like a deal with Barcelona, like we did with Gomez and Mina, like where we took him for a year, see how he got on, and then say to Barcelona, "Well, can we have first dibs on him if he does well for us?" So it could be one of them, maybe where we have to, if we're not prepared to take that chance, would they take a loan deal? I don't know.
He was very good in France, wasn't he? And he's done all right. You know what? He's done okay for Barca. So he'd be one I'd be leaning towards. And another story from yesterday that's still around today is the Kieran Tierney stuff, which I said yesterday. It was a bit weird. I mean, what's your take on?
Yeah, exactly the same as you. Exactly the same, and it just doesn't make sense really. I suppose the only way if it was to make any sense, if they were going to bring him in as a centre half, but he's only played there a handful of times for Celtic. And, it's just, I feel like it just stinks of his agent trying to get Arsenal to get a move on, basically. And I don't. Yeah.
And there was a lot of room in the wage. I mean, we've got money, but there was a room in the wage bill. Then he'd be a fantastic signing to bring in and use in different positions. And he's someone who's only 22, 23 years of age.
He's a good player every time I've watched him. He looks good. He's up and down type of left back. Seems okay defensively, but I just think our priorities are elsewhere. Not maybe last season. Obviously, we were linked with him last season, I know, a couple of times, but to me, I think we've got the best left back in the Premier League, so I don't think we really need another left back.
No.
And
they're not going to play.
They're not going to pay 25 million for a backup either.
No, and they're not going to play him further forward because we've got Bernard, Richarlison, who play off the left. So
only the centre half is maybe I don't know. Maybe the position.
But then you're taking a gamble, aren't you? Because he's predominantly a left back, isn't he?
Exactly.
Very interesting. Any questions, Pedro? He's over there behind the camera.
Yeah, there is a bit of a problem with the sound. I apologise for that. We're trying, as you can, well, you could have seen, you've just seen a shot picture of me on the webcam there. Yeah, the webcam's not working. It's just gone off. It's just got a picture of me going like that. Yeah, we're trying to sort that. We're basically trying to do our NASA thing again. Some of the questions are: Evan Osborne says, "Do you think the loan players we had last year want to come back on perms?"
No, I don't think any of the loan players would want to come. And by them, I'm guessing he means Balassi, Morales, Sandro.
Yeah.
Do you think any of them would want to stay at Everton?
I thought you were on about players who were at us on loan last season.
No.
Oh, okay, sorry. Is that not right?
Is that not what he...
Oh yeah, we had last year.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So,
Zuma,
Gomez and Zuma.
And
just them two,
yeah.
Well, we know Gomez wants to come.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's a vision, there's a blueprint, he's part of that team.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, by all accounts, we know Zuma is quite happy to stay, so that'll be down to what they've seen this year.
Yeah. I think from Zuma's point of view, will he go back to Chelsea and play 40 to 50 games a season? He's just got back in the France squad. That should be from his position now. He should think, I want to stay in that France squad. I want to be a first choice in that France squad. You know what I mean? If he goes back to Chelsea, what's to say he has 2 bad games and you never see him in a Chelsea shirt again? Because we all know what Chelsea are like.
Yeah.
They're a very reactive club, and so I honestly believe Zuma will come back. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why they'll want to come back is because of everything they've witnessed last season. They were both part of an Everton side that did well, particularly the last 10 games of the season. I think Zuma has come in and played most of the 31 games, I think he played. Yeah. Gomez played 29. So both were
He's 23, is he?
24,
24. He's, like I said, he just got back in the France squad. I think from his point of view now, he needs to find out he either goes to Chelsea, goes back to Chelsea and fights for his place, or comes to Everton where he knows he's potentially going to be a guaranteed starter every week. And I just think from his point of view, he needs to make a big decision this summer.
He does. He's 24. He's been loaned out the last
twice,
2 seasons.
Yeah.
You normally loaned out twice on the run.
Yeah.
You're not getting in there.
Yeah.
But
just circumstances with them at the moment. We don't know what's happening with the ban and stuff like that. But and obviously the manager. So
interesting one. Thanks for the question, Evan. Anything else, Pedro?
Matty 101 says Malcolm loan. Then what about
Malcolm on loan? Take him all day long. Listen, I think Barca will want to sell him personally because they want the money to do the Neymar deal.
Yeah.
But I think there's a deal there to be done for Everton, most definitely.
I think with teams these days as well, they pay quite a high loan fees, don't they, as well? You don't know whether when you get to the point for Barcelona where they're struggling to get the price they want, and it might come to the point where we know what brands is like negotiating. They say there's 2.5 million loan fee, 3 million loan fee, whatever. And with a potential of a £35 million move next summer, if he has a good time. I don't think it's a worse shout, a loan move.
No, ideally, you'd have him on loan. Because then, we've used the loan market quite well, really, over the last few years. We did it with Lukaku on loan, and Gomez last season, Zuma. So, we've done it with Delafeu. So there's been times that we've done it, we've had a look at them and we've gone, actually we want to buy this player because they've looked good on loan. So I think, Matty, if we could do that, that would actually be more sensible than paying 30 million for him now.
Definitely.
But I just wonder if Barcelona are saying, well, we want the 30 million now so we can get players on. But who knows? But preferably, to be honest with you, if you give me the option of the two, I'd take the loan.
Yeah,
with him. So have a look whether he can do it in the Premier League. But one of them. Next, Pedro.
I'm trying to find fives here. Let's see. We're not getting loads of questions, I must admit.
Come on, patron people.
Okay, Barry Stevens says, do you think maybe we are trying to buy another player from Barca, hence the hold up with Gomez?
Nah, I don't think there's any. I don't think there's anything behind this Gomez, why he hasn't signed or what's happening. I just think I think the deal will be done in the next couple of days. I don't think it's anyone holding it up. I think you lads have discussed a few times he's on holiday at the moment. He'll probably be due back at Finch Farm Friday. Probably a few of the players might come back Friday. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him holding an Everton training top on Friday. Yeah, I don't think there's anything holding it up. And with loan players, with players maybe from Barcelona, I can't really think of any who would be.
It'd only be Malcolm, wouldn't it?
Yeah, unless they're looking at any the younger lads there, maybe as a possible loan.
Or on
maybe.
City, but on City it'd be the same price
Zuma.
probably.
No, I'm just seeing my webcam's working.
Oh, okay. Made up because he's fixed something. On City will be similar price as Zuma. So it's only if they knew Zuma.
Maybe I know they've got a good young lad. Is it Elena? Is it Carlos?
Oh, Elena.
Yeah, there's been talk of him going on loan.
Yeah.
So maybe they might look at something like that. I don't know.
No, I'm
not too sure.
I'm with you. I don't think there's an ulterior motive as to why Gomez isn't. He was at a wedding. He was there for a few days after the wedding.
Yeah.
And I just think Everton, his loan deal actually doesn't expire till Sunday.
30th of June, is it? 30th of June, yeah.
So he's actually still an Everton player till Sunday. And Everton are back in training on Monday.
I wouldn't worry.
And I think the deal's all agreed.
Yeah.
The deal is agreed. So it's literally him turning up later this week.
I don't think we have anything to worry about.
No, there's nothing to worry about. It's done.
He's an Everton player.
He just needs to sign the actual contract. That's it. And I'd love it to be because we're sorting Malcolm out as well. And it's a double deal. That'd be great. But at this moment in time, I don't think that is what's holding it up. But I'd love it to be. That was the reason. It'd be great if it was.
You've got to remember, Silva and Brands aren't even back from holiday yet.
No.
So they're not going to come.
Well, Brands is around. But
Silva's still on holiday, and they're not going to be bringing a player, announcing them to the fans and all that with nobody there.
And the kit's next week.
It could be next week.
You just don't know, but he's going to be training Monday.
Yeah.
So it'll be the next few days. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Pedro.
Chris Mottram says, what will happen to Dominic Calvert-Lewin if we do sign a striker in this window and he has another season of holding the ball up well but not scoring goals when he plays?
Well, at the end of the day, he's got to score goals.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. If we sign another striker, then Dom's got to improve his game to get past whoever this striker is.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You know, if we sign another forward and Jeng Tosun's still here, Dom, for me, will be the number 2 striker. Tosun will be number 3, in my opinion, the way Everton play. So it's up to Dominic to improve. He's improved massively in his hold-up play, in his work rate, and his aerial threat, rather. But he hasn't scored goals.
That was the problem. That was what we all, like me and my mates, and that we were saying. He's a striker. He can fair play to the rest of his role last season. He done really well. He's improved a lot. His hold-up play, but like games like Crystal Palace away, Fulham away, he just didn't have that impact. And I've noticed with Dom, he has a bigger impact when the game's a bit tougher, like your Arsenals, your United, your Chelseas.
Yeah.
But when it comes to that one where he's got to try and graft something out himself,
he's not
I just think from his point of view next season, whenever he gets a chance, he has to take his chance and make sure he puts the ball in the back of the net. I know it sounds harsh, but like if he wants to be the number 1 striker, the most important thing from a striker's point of view is scoring goals.
He's got to put himself in areas where he'll score goals. He doesn't get into natural goal-scoring positions.
And that might have to be him being a bit more selfish next season.
You
showed that with Harry Kane. Look at Harry Kane, how selfish he is. But he's also a very good team player.
Well, he's the thing with Kane is he works the half a yard and has a goal.
Yeah.
Dom will spray the ball wide, but won't sprint to get back in the middle. He won't follow crosses. He doesn't anticipate balls across the 6-yard box. He's always behind the play.
Yeah, he is.
So that's something that he has to improve on. And I think if we had a more natural centre forward who did that and he was working with him, he might start making those runs and getting on the end of things. That's the next part of his game.
There's no excuses for him. He's got some really good wide players who are supplying him. Richarlison, Bernard, Sigurdsson. So it's not like he's not getting no service.
No, Luca Dean
as well,
incredible balls into the box.
So he's got to be a bit more aggressive as well, Dom.
Attack the ball.
Yeah, I noticed like in the derby when we played Liverpool, and I just don't think he was aggressive enough at times. He kind of just accepted it.
To just pull him, didn't he?
I think he's got to just show. If he wants to be Everton's number 9 or whatever, he needs to put the ball in the back of the net.
I suppose ultimately, if he doesn't improve enough, he won't play. He'll be moved on, or he'll just be a squad player because 6 goals from our centre forward isn't enough. It's got to be double that at the very least.
I think he needs to be aiming for 12 plus next season.
He's got to, and that even if he's a sub of a lot of games, he's got to come on and affect the game.
Come in.
Okay, fine.
Still a bit of crackle on the line. I think we're having a few problems with the internet. That always seems to be the problem in here. Chris Mottom's just said, reckon Sigurdsson will have another high goal scoring season if we do have a proper out and out striker in front of him.
Yeah, because I think he's always done well with his goals, hasn't he? I think when we didn't have a striker the year before last, he didn't have a great season.
4 goals.
Last season we generally had the striker. We had
He played in his proper position as well. Last season, which
makes a big
shifted to the left.
I think Gylfi will naturally always score goals. I remember him getting 20 odd at Reading. It's just that player that will always naturally get goals, a bit like the way Lampard was for Chelsea.
Definitely.
Come through and get goals. And I actually think he'd be better with a better centre forward.
Yeah, me too.
I do. I think his assists would go up. I think his goals would go up. So I think he can have a similar impact as what he had this year.
I think you'll see at least over 10 goals from him again next season. If he can range anywhere between 10 to 15 a season, he's done his job, really.
Yeah, most definitely. He's so important in our team because when you're talking about replacing him, the first thing you think of is it's a lot of goals to lose. Yeah. Someone coming in's got to try and get that many goals.
Yeah, definitely. And I think he's a good option as well. So it's not like he could always be dropped back if we needed to change it in a game. If you wanted to go for it a bit more and keep two creative midfielders on, he can always drop back and you can push someone else in the number 10 or go 4-4-2, whatever. So I think he's quite adaptable and versatile where he can play as well.
You're always going to he works hard for the team. Sometimes my criticism of him is he's not in the game enough at times, but that did improve. As the season went on in the last 10 games, he almost became the brains of the team, if you like, or the key to the works in terms of carrying out the things higher up the pitch and orchestrating stuff.
And I think the thing with him as well, sometimes, like you said there, he does go missing, but then he'll score a goal when he's won you the game. Like Fulham at home, I think I remember, he was having a terrible game.
He didn't have a great game.
He missed the penalty.
Yeah.
And then he went and got 2 goals and got us the win.
And we win 3-0. So that's all right, isn't it? We'll have that.
Yeah. It's like Richarlison's the same at times. Though he might as well not be there sometimes. And then he'll go and grab you a goal because he's in the right place at the right time.
Well, I suppose you'll get that with those kind of players, aren't they? Ones who are in it all the time will be your Garners and people like that. But no, I just think for Gylfi, a lot of goals. I think he'll score a lot next season as well.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, a couple of questions sort of on the same theme. Matty101 says, do you think Gomez and all the new players from last season will improve this season? And Evan Osborne says, can Bernard play the number 10 to provide some cover for Sigurdsson?
Okay, Evan, yes.
Yeah.
I think he can. I think he'd be a different number 10 than what Gylfi is. I think Bernard would be someone who would carry the ball up to the box and maybe play a 1-2 or thread someone through. I think Gylfi's more likely to weigh in with goals outside the box.
We were actually speaking about it before, about Bernard as a number 10 in certain games last season. It might have been worth trying him in games where you're trying to where it's all a bit tighter.
Yeah, he can unlock something. Yeah.
Whereas that's not Sigurdsson's type of game at times.
No,
really.
no. He's not very good at carrying the ball, Gylfi. He
No.
won't go past players. He's more intelligent.
Yeah.
He's more a pass or out enough for a shot or follow into the box, a deep run.
I do think he could play it though. I think it'd be worth something trying in pre-season maybe. Like in certain games, obviously we've got all these games coming up in pre-season, so it's worth trying it.
I suppose if the manager looks at it like that, he might think, well, Bernard gives us more off the left because he holds the ball and allows Luca Dean to come in. So, and would we have that if somebody else played there? And the other question was Gomez.
No, do you think Gomez and all the new players will improve this season?
Matty. I think they will be better than they were last year. They improved as the season went on. I think for the likes of Gomez and Zuma if he comes back, but certainly Gomez and maybe Yerry Mina, getting them fit in, and Bernard getting them fit in pre-season, I think the levels will go up. Yeah,
I agree. I totally agree. I think Zuma was out. He didn't really have any fitness issues because he had a full pre-season with Chelsea as well. But I think Gomez, you could see at times that he hadn't had a pre-season last year, and it did affect his game because he like you could tell when he was blowing completely. Like 70 minutes, it'd be time to take him off. Silva took him off a lot. If I remember right, it used to be around the same time every week, 70 minutes take him off because he was just knackered and he hadn't had a pre-season. I think that's what I was saying before about Bernard. I think they took him out at the right time last season because he wasn't having much effect on games, and I think Silva could see that, and I think he brought Lookman in for a bit, and I think it was the best decision. I think it was the best decision Silva done last season, taking him out and taking Gomez out as well. But I think next season, hopefully we can see the Gomez that was at Valencia, setting up goals, scoring goals, like box to box, wasn't he? Valencia was
travelling with the ball.
He was really good at Valencia. At Barcelona, he was obviously they had to change his game the way they played. It was a very different way of playing at Barcelona. So if we could get a bit of a mix of Gomez of Barcelona and at Valencia, we've got a player, 100%. I think he's a really good player. He needs to chip in with a few more goals next season. Like I think from his point of view, he needs to be aiming for at least 10 goals. I do want to say, I think, like, look at the goal he scored against Wolves. He was driving with the ball. That's why I've got probably a bit more high expectation of him, of having maybe up to 10 goals. If you could get 8 to 10 goals, it would. But I think that'll be down to fitness. I think if he has a good pre-season, injury-free, I think, like I said, I think we've got a top midfielder.
His ability for me is unquestioned. I think he's great on the ball. He's strong and pass with both feet, shoot with both feet. He's a good size.
The same with Mina as well. I think if he has a injury-free pre-season, I know he's going to be coming back probably a lot later than a couple of the others.
But he's playing at the moment, so
so
his fitness should be. He shouldn't really have any issues. I mean, So, you know, if as long as he doesn't pick up an injury, because I think he's fit. Last summer he wasn't fit. After that, he got injured in the second game in the World Cup and was out and had to play with painkillers, and then he was out for us for a while. So you're right.
But when he come in, he always did. I thought he was doing all right when he come in.
He did. He did. His worst game was Millwall, but it was everyone's worst game. So I don't think you could hold that against them. But I think all the players will improve, even the ones who had good seasons, who were already there. I just think with the coaching, they will improve anyway. Anything else, Ped?
Right, last one from Royal Blue on Patreon says, should Holgate be backup right back if we fail to sign one this window to compete against Coleman?
Yeah, if he's willing to be a backup right back, that's the thing with Holgate. He wants to play. He's at that age now. He's another one. He's like 22, is he? 22, 23?
21, 22, yeah.
He really needs to start playing now, week in, week out. The good thing about Holgate, though, the reason I'd keep Holgate and I'd definitely have him as a backup right back, he saves you going out and buying that other centre half as well, because he can play centre half. and he can also play in a free if we ever decided to go a free at the back, which I think actually he's very suited to if they were to ever do that. But yeah, I think he's a perfectly good replacement for Coleman if he went out the team. But again, I think it'll all be down to pre-season. I think Silva and Brands will have a look at him and they'll make a decision. And if they think he's good enough to even challenge Coleman, there's no reason really to go out and buy another right back.
Yeah, listen, he went to West Brom
for
the second half of the season, played right back.
Yeah.
Done all right. I know Andy went through the numbers the other week and some of his numbers weren't great, but you know, he was learning a role, I suppose, and he's playing in the Championship. And
do you think he's more of a right back or a centre half?
I think he's got the potential to play right back, I do.
Yeah.
I think he's an athlete. His delivery has to be better.
Yeah.
I think at centre back, I think he's in the three. I think he's very good. I think he'd have to bulk up a little bit.
Yeah, he does definitely.
To be a centre back, or certainly switch on a little bit. Sometimes he gets caught, but in general, I think. But he's a good. I do really like him. I think he's a good player.
Yeah.
I think he's built like a modern day right back now. You know, he's tall. He's good on the ball.
He's got that bit of aggression in him.
And I like that. You like that little bit of nastiness he's got.
But that's what we need sometimes. You need that bit of nastiness and a bit of aggression because we've lacked it for so many years, haven't we? We've been a bit too nice at times.
We have.
But I think with Holgate, I think he either stays at Everton as a right back, or I think you just got to sell him. I don't think anymore.
Want him to be part of the squad.
Yeah.
It's up to him. Seamus Coleman's not getting any younger.
No, I think Silva put the trust in him a few times last season in some games, and obviously started come on at Wolves and first game of the season, and he kept his place. I think there was a few times where we just said he needs to bulk up because he did get bullied West Ham at home.
Yeah, out of it.
He had him, and he was kind of a bit rash in that game, a bit erratic. But I do think if he's willing to work at his game, he could definitely take Seamus' spot, or even challenge Seamus for a spot. But he's got to, like you said, he's got to have it's a big summer for him. It's a really big summer for him. I think, again, he's one of them. He's got to take his chance if he gets it.
What'll be interesting will be the pre-season games where the manager uses him. If the manager puts him at right back, then you know that they're considering him at right back. If he plays centre back, then you know that he's one of the 3 or 4 centre backs.
Because at the moment, he's second choice right back and he's third choice centre half.
That's the way it is.
Well, he'll probably start pre-season at centre half because there's no Mina
and no Zuma at the moment. Yeah. So in Kenya it'll probably be
Holgate
and Keane.
Yeah.
So.
Or Feeney or
Gibson. Well, I expect they'll probably go and play as well. I think players will probably. The Kenya game will probably have 2 teams for 45
that's what it was.
Have a look at them then. But no, interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Mason. It is a very big summer for him. That it, Pedro?
Yeah, that will do us.
That is it. Big thanks to Steve for coming in,
worries.
Doing this with us.
Yeah.
Superb. If any of you fancy it, get in touch. See you later.